But if you do that, let me check we're cooking. There we go. If I do that, then I do that. There we are. Right, I'm ready. Splendid. Have you included your audio? Or are you about to? Have you included your audio? Yeah, you're about to. Actually, I can answer that question, can't I? Oh, there's Padge. Right, intros. Hello, people. Welcome to, what is this, round 6 of 82. It is me, Deflated, who's normally here, but we've got someone else. We haven't got a Dutch person today, no snacks at the moment. We've got a familiar face. Yeah. Some of you might not know him, because some of you are new to the season, but most of you will. We've got Spark. Are you here? There he is. I don't know, can they? No, I have to turn it up. I think no, they can't hear you at the moment. I've bigged you up a bit. It's not working. Oh well, we'll get it sorted. He is here, I promise. Right, while he's sorting out technology, because technology is complicated, we are gonna get going. Spark hasn't included audio as it being cut off by an array piece of. That's rude, Chelsea. That's not very nice. He hasn't even driven on this game with you lot yet. You're throwing around front wing accusations. That's not very nice. I believe it's 31, so I presume we're going to be going in a minute. Ah, there we go. No telling which of the front 6 wings in mine. Hello, Novitech. I can imagine Spark right now. He's like a mechanic under the car. He's under his desk, fiddling about with cables. Like, oh god, need to get that one plugged into there. He's doing all the technology stuff. Alone today? No, Novitech, I'm not alone. We've got someone doing technical issues. Hello, Sungod. Hello, Alice Bin. Come on, people, pick your tyres. We've not had any rain this week, and the joke is 82 always gets rain. So, if it happens, that'd be quite funny. I'm going to be cooking that last row again. That's not ideal. But it is until Spark's technical difficulties end. Yeah. He's joined on a computer and he's playing on been the party on Xbox things. Where's my drink? There it is. It's sunny for the moment. But does that mean anything? No, because I don't know what the race is. Well, I'll find out in a minute. Moist. No way. He's actually. Oh, yeah. It's wet again. Wait, there's no point in you lot doing dry practice. It's never going to be dry for you lot. Oh. You've jinxed us again. I take that back. Percentages like. Oh, okay. So it might be dry. It might be wet. Either one of two scenarios. Only at the end, very end looks like all that one knowing these games. Okay. Let's fiddle about with the audio. Do that. See if that's a bit better. Unfortunately, if you ask me. Who's first? We've got Alpha Tower. Oh, Spice, are you feeling okay? You don't normally go out early. What are you doing? Before they start going, I'm gonna have a drink. Lovely. Need to turn Xbox off and on again. Okay, that's fine. That's alright, Spark. Spark's doing the old control delete. Let me hang on. Send that. There we go. My wings are high, by the way. Oh god. Sitting duck in a straight. Is not using battery. That was loud. Let's turn that down. Technical difficulties. There we go. Go back to the way it was. Bring that closer to my face so you can hear my beautiful voice. So let's go on board with JJ because he's double warm up. Okay, that's interesting. Haven't seen any of that this week. AT2 lot are trying something different. What is on that? Has been. You are pushing, so let's have a look at you. I should have got the corner numbers of names up. Oh no. Right, that was Tozer. Then we come up to. Oh god. Anyway, there's key room track limits at the moment, down into Minerale. Ooh, a bit of a wobble. Onto the death area where the curbs are. Over there. So this won't be representative. And he's abandoned that. Final Spice at 19.9, so that's nothing anything special. But he will be able to push that, so let's have a look now. He's not using any battery. Spice with his quirky ways. Alright, JJ. Through sector 1. The tricky sector to get right, but when you hook it up, it's very satisfying. Chucks it in here. 6th gear down into 4th. End of sector 1. It's a 24.6. Excuse me. Yeah. Up here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a picture up of the corner names because I am stupid. Imola track. There we are. No, come back. Right. I'm very prepared here. There's Red Dragon, who joined the Discord about 2 hours ago. He's reserving straight away. He's gone fastest with a 16-0. Aston Martin coming up to the line as Yankee Bill just beats him. Beats Red Dragon. Who's that? That is a JJ coming up to the line. 69. Aston Martin. Salty Stevens. Mason is no more. It's now Salty Stevens, who is invalidated. He's going again. I've got a Fawiwi of Johnny B on the mediums, who I've just missed. It's gone 4th. Now, during the last season, I believe he won this race. It was a controlling drive he had, so I'm curious to see what he can do this game, this season. There's an Alpha. Let's use this feature. Oh god. Where's Alpha now? There's one. And you're not crossing the line. Fantastic. That was Fitz, who goes third of a 16.9. Am I going to have to invite... Oh, I'm silly. Doy. I need to invite Spark back. Oh dear. I was thinking he'll join back any minute. He'll be online any minute. He's not joined back yet. Son got his fortune. He did wet practice earlier. I don't have grip, said Alice Bin. That's a bit of Q1 and a bit of this track not having much grip anyway. Coming out of Tozer, there's little grip. Let's get my track map up. Oh no, my track map's disappeared. I'll help. Come back. There we go. Very anti-Tamburella. Ah! There we go. Let's follow Salty Stevens through Tamburella. I've now got newfound knowledge. Oh, he's made a bit of a mess of it. A bit deep. Salty Stevens. Into very anti-Villeneuve chicane. I feel smart now. 24.8. First sector. Round Tozer. Very tricky to get on the traction. That's the hardest bit to get the traction down. Up through Piratella, my least favourite corner of the track. It's a pain. As it cascades down to Imola. He's a bit too tight on the right hand side. Let's see what we can do now up to the Variante Outer. I'm not as clueless as I thought it was. There are a couple corners that I know. Not the most ideal run. Some would say it's not ideal. Down into Ravazza. You think these corners are easy, but they're really not. They catch you out. So Stevens takes it careful. The end of the lap. What's this going to do him? A 17.4. Only up one position. Who else have we got? Chelsea, you're on a warm-up. You are on an outlap, Alice Bin, but let's watch. Let's watch Alice Bin, who's been complaining about the lack of grip, unsurprisingly. As I mentioned, this track has low grip surface. It's not as bad as Baku or Miami. We've got some traction at the moment. There's a McLaren coming out the pits. He respectfully stays out of the way. Into the first chicane. Very smoothly. He's in 5th gear. That's not too bad. Oh, I'll say that. Drops it. Drops it through the middle. I presume that was on the apex and just transitioning. The car was like, you're kidding me. I can't be doing this. I don't deserve this kind of behaviour. It's not ideal. That was another Alpine actually. Chelsea's on that. 24.5. For the first sector, one Alpine's backwards to see what the other one can do. Through Piratella, a bit too tight on the inside curve perhaps. There you go, what do I know? I couldn't get a Q3 lap in this week. So, I wonder if anyone in Q3 today could do better than I can. We've got 2 corners to go for Chelsea. First lap was a 29.9, so it was another one of a double warm-ups we've seen this week. Up to the line. Go to P6, 16.3. Only be losing 2 cars in this session. Let's try and get Spark back in. I hope he's on home screen on the Xbox now, so that should... If technology is happening, if technology works, we'll have an old friend of the commentary box. He's done a few A few commentaries of Spark. There's a McLaren. Who are you? Oh, Marlboro Sled's invalidated. It's Socks in the first sector. 24-2. 3 tenths up on what Chelsea did. And looking at the field spread, there's not a lot between the top 11. Only a second. Which is the trend we're seeing at the moment. Spark has left the session. Why are you doing that, Spark? You are required to... Game, please. Oh, hang on. Duh. It's alright. It's alright, Spark. It's only Q1. So we've got Q2, Q3 and a whole race to get through. Socks goes up to the line. Only just beats Chelsea, so lost time in the middle sector. Let Spark do what he can. Technology is a tricky one. It doesn't behave when you want it to. And Novatech is invalidated. Is Marlboro Sled on a lap? He invalidated his first one. What's he doing now? He's going for it. Front runner at the moment. And I say that, front runner at the moment. Important. Some of you aren't racing 82. Felix Bakero, who dominated the first 5 races, winning 4 of them, has been promoted to 81. So he's no longer in this championship fight. So, if I look at the standings, as Marlboro Sled goes 6th, just in front of his teammate. If I look at the standings, the actual leader at the moment is Marlboro Sled. He's 7 points ahead of Sun God, who in turn is 12 points ahead of High on Spice. So we're currently looking at the championship leader, and the runner-up at the moment has just gone fastest. 15.8. Only one goes right. One might more of that. Eh? I want to conserve my. Only one goes. Yes, because High on Spice retired early and he's out. So only one person will be going out at the moment. Will be joining High on Spice. Got 5 minutes left of the session. Lovely prime. One more is that? Yeah, just one. Ah, yes, I need to invite. Invite via the PC for the Spark. Did I invite the wrong person? Oh no, there we go. See if I can invite him to the party and all. There we go. I'll be hovering over the soft spot, expecting JJ not to gain 6 tenths, to be honest. Well, I'd imagine the majority of people are safe at the moment. There's Spark. Hopefully technology will behave itself. Can't be given genders nowadays. Let's watch this. Go on board with this actually. Conservative through the chicane. He's 2 tenths down. And what he needs, hopefully he gets out of the way. Up through the gears towards Piratella. Just after 50 board, shuts it in. A bit conservative on the inside. And not using all of the track. Down into Aqua Minerale. Easily done. Turned in a little bit too early. There might be an improvement. No, he's basically matching what he did in the second sector last time around. Oh, what's going on? Evening, Goldilocks. How you doing? Just after the 100 metre board. It's a bit too early for fix there. Break into final corners, Piratella, and he's abandoned that. Chooses It's a shame we can't hear Spark. Oh, he's having technical issues at the moment, Padge. He's actually not in the party at the moment. I don't know how I'm... I went to the party through Xbox. And then I... He's in the game, I know that. Oh, we've been blessed by Ross. Hello. Mr. Drift Ninja. We've got Ross. We've got Goldilocks in here as well. This is a lovely stream. Let's look at cars on track, shall we? Who is on track? JJ's on track. Who is not? Yep, where's he going? That was weird. Oh, he's going back to the pits to run out of fuel. So that's JJ done. He's not trying to make it again. He's trying to get into the pits. But he should be safe from there. Novatech is half a second up. Very aggressive through the chicane. He's not having a good run at the moment, is Novatech. He was a championship contender the last 2 seasons, and he's nowhere at the moment. Not having the rub of the green. See if he can get his season going properly. Around Imola, which I think is a good track for him, from memory. And judging by that, I think that stands. Has Tim got his ABS off? I don't know. I didn't ask him. I presume he's running no ABS. I could be wrong. And he's doing a lap with no battery left. This is his last chance, I presume. He's not going to do any improve on this with no battery at all. And he goes second. Wow. No battery for the last sector, and he's gone second fastest. That's impressive. Well, that wasn't great, but it's enough for only one set. There you go, see? So we've got Steely, who's... I wouldn't expect Steely to be down there. He's been on it at the moment. But he's currently in danger from fit. Stevens. Or Mason. I'm going to keep referring to him as Mason because people are like, well, just to get it properly drilled on. Oh, I've been joined by a sexy individual at the end of Q1. Steely's a bit of a wobble there. Some god is going to whip out a 13.7. Oh yeah. Some god is on race fuel right now. Yeah, he's letting them know. He's using 1% of his powers. Steely's 0.3 of a second up at the moment. You'll make him blush. Nah. Won't be doing anything like that. Steely up to the line. So Steely versus Fitz. Who's going to... It looks like Steely's going to improve. Goes 6th fastest. What can Fitz do? He's only slightly up at the moment. It's not looking good for him at the moment. See if he can push... No, he hasn't pushed Stevens out. He improves his time. But unfortunately for him, stays 17th? 16th. Rain in the race, apparently. Yeah, apparently it's a rainy race. It's looking good, says Nov. I haven't seen Novatech say that at the moment. He's alright, it's not looking good. 16. I'm going to have Fit because Fitz went out. Oh my god. That was a Ross joke, that one. Oh, Nelly. So, Novatech goes fastest on the mediums. So that could be telling. Has it worked with Spark? He hasn't said anything yet. He might... Spark, because he might mute. The two we're losing is Fitz and High on Spice. You'll be throwing 40 Fitz, surely. Oh, no. sandbagging. Ross thinks Novatec is sandbagging. Oof. I have 20 points. Yeah, as I said, Novatec's not had a good season at the moment.
Shame, really, because we all know how quick he can be.
Oh, well, man has appeared. I didn't expect that.
My lord, the technical difficulties I have had just right now, it's enough to give Ferrari a run for their buddy. I mean, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
he's back, everybody. It's all
I am
sparked
back.
into... Oh, there's a pun. Chelsea pulled out a pun. It's all sparked into life.
I can hear him. Tell a friend, I'm back.
He's back, everybody. Fuck. Oh, everyone's loving you. Oh, he's been fighting cables, really. He just rocks up. No warning. He's like, well, really? Here we go. Moist this session. Moist this session? Oh, is it going to rain in Q2? I've been lied to. Looks quite grey. I might do. Padge says, welcome back. That's nice.
Oh, it's great. It's great to be back, guys. You know I've always got a lot of time for your IRL, so nice to make a lovely one-off appearance.
Yeah, because Spark has been a sensible person, unlike the rest of us lot, sitting around playing games. He's being a sensible person. What is this you call fun? Driving in circles? No, could never. The track might be moist now because Spark is... Oh my god.
Read into that what you will.
Soggy. I believe it might be raining later on because everyone is out at the moment. You don't see that in Q2 often.
Actually, I forgot JJSG. I think it's the first one to come round to start a timed lap. I think it's all right with you. I'll take you through this first run because you know how much I love a qualifying session here. So we see the Williams coming through with a single DRS zone coming into turn 1. And it's the Aston Martin there trying to get out of the way, but I don't think it should be parts near the pit exit there. Williams just caught out a little bit by the sausage curves, which, I have to be honest, probably should go. But it's very, very punishing if you don't get these corners right. Very twisty one, a little bit wide and completely misses the apex of the Villeneuve chicane. Does a 24-7 for a first sector time. Coming out the toes a hairpin, which thankfully you can have more than just intimate relations with the throttle to be able for it to work because of the new handling model on this game. Coming round into the left-hander here, into Agua Minerale he goes. Oh, back and stepping out a little bit there, he's invalidated his time. And just off that point, and yeah, he's a lovely little spin there for good measure.
Latifi! Right,
I believe
you're good at this commentary, Lark.
Oh, thank you, buddy. It's a lot coming from you.
It's his first one back and he's done something better than what I've done. It's great. Johnny B's done a 50.4 for Sector 2. What were you going to say?
No, I was just going on to what Johnny B was doing in the Ferrari. Obviously, home soil in Italy, down to 4th gear for the first of the Ravazas and into the second. Got getting the throttle as soon as he can. Was a little bit tentative coming out the final corner. 15.7 was the benchmark for last qualifying session, and it's a 15.7 right now. Johnny B on top now for the Ferrari.
The curse still exists. No, oh no, where does that come from? Salty Stevens, where does that come from? Didn't see that.
And TD obviously being TD in the comment section. It's safe to say I have not missed him at all. He's just sent me a message on Xbox now. I'm not going to reply to that. I'm not replying to that.
Oh dear.
Barbara Sled goes
he was
third.
Going nuts on your lap.
I bet he
was. Commentating on the winners, he was going nuts in the chat. I want a spark lap. Yes, get in.
Ah, bless him. Bless his little soul.
So everyone's done laps now. I can't remember who's where. Right, Novatec, he's next across the line. He was a bit up on what Johnny B was doing, but he only goes P7.
It didn't look a great third sector from him. He lost probably 3 or 4 tenths, and now he's just come through in 7. Now trying to stay out of everybody's way. The next is Song God, and I safe to say 25.9 isn't a representative lap.
Yeah, he's going to go again.
Yeah, it's an Aston Martin next, so it's Salty Stevens is currently on top. with a 15.4. That looks like a pretty good run there from him. Yankee Bill a little bit steady through the Ravazzas. He comes across the line now in his Aston Martin and does a 15.6. Good enough for third place now. And I've got to say, that Aston Martin looks so good this year. I know it's not the real-life Formula 1 car performance, but you just can't beat that green livery, man. It looks so good.
It does look good, yeah. It's just, I don't know, sometimes the car models on the game do look a little bit off. But the livery itself does look very good. They're having a good performance at the moment, these two. They were struggling here and there, showing flashes of pace, but they're in top 3 at the moment. See if they can replicate that in Q3. Who's next? Sox is coming to the line, so is an Alpine, who's gone into the pits, never mind. Sox goes P9 with a 16.4. And again, the top 9 separated by about a second.
Oh, Song's invalidated. He's just, he was invalidated. He's back into pit lane there. So, Song got under pressure.
It's not ideal.
I feel like we should call him the track limit god at this rate.
Wow. Well, we're doing better than me at the moment. In the races we've had this week here, I've not set a Q3 lap. I've invalidated both runs, both times. Yeah,
Red Dragon's also invalidated as JJSG is the first person we went on quali with. Much needed there through the first chicane. Tamburello, I believe that's called. Into the Villeneuve chicane now. So I think this was the last racetrack where Gilles Villeneuve finished in terms of a Grand Prix, because sadly he died during practice after that bitter feud he had with Didier Pironi. That's kind of explains why the corner's named after him. Whereas this is certainly one of the tracks that may not be the best one to watch in terms of close to wheel racing, but it's got the history enough to warrant its place on the calendar. And I think how close it is on top 3 just goes to show track position is absolutely everything here, because you've got to draw the line between having the downforce for the corners and having the ability to overtake, because as you know, a 1 DRS zone, these cars are going to find it very hard to overtake each other. It's almost like a version of Hungary or Monaco, just without the wing, just without the walls, as it were. The Williams comes across the line and goes P12 with a 16.1 as yellows in sector 2. I believe the Mercedes has had a moment at Agua Mineral. And
he's backed off and it's going to go again.
Okay. And who we got there? I believe that is Adam VP.
Yeah, Adam in the Mercedes, he's backed off. But as you were saying during that little statement with qualifying, this is a massive DRS train. We've seen that this week twice. Both races, it was just a DRS train throughout the entire field. So this is basically practice for Monaco. How important qualifying is. And it's Monaco next week, of course, as well. So it's good practice. Oh, I thought Adam's going to drop it there.
No, he done well to keep that. And with Monaco next week, as you said, this will be more or less a warm-up round for that particular track. And this Mercedes with AdVMBP comes down to the first corner here, keeps it at 5th, interestingly enough, which the rear end doesn't seem to agree with him there. It looked like he stepped out a little bit. But with 6 minutes to go, he's got plenty of time just in case he makes a mistake. Just misses the apex there on Villeneuve chicane. There's a 24.2 for a first sector time, so say that's fairly competitive. Yellow, as I believe one of the Red Bulls, is looking forward to setting a timed lap. Down to the left-hander we go, drops it to 5th. Very sensible with his lines there, so he clearly understands it's more important just to bank a lap in for now, because it's these sort of timescales you're going to have to deal with there for Q3, but he doesn't look like he's got much energy left, so he's going to be up against it when he comes across the final sector, particularly this sector now, where you get up to 8th gear when you come up to the Ravazza, and as well as you come up to the start-finish straight. This isn't the best track to rechargers as well, so as you said, with DRS trains being so important here as a key way of saving energy, it's all about where you are on that grid. As Adam comes across the line, despite running out of burns, that's a very good lap to come into 4th place. Both Mercedes in the top 4.
It's Aston Mercedes. Wow, look at that.
You would...
It's little bits of symmetry I just enjoy.
Now, if it was real symmetry, one of the Mercedes would be down in 10th place because Lance Stroll.
Yeah, Lance Stroll would have wrecked one of the Mercedes and Stroll would be down here somewhere. 12th, 13th, somewhere down here.
Son got an outlap as well.
Ooh, Red Dragons had a good first sector, 24-1. That's about a tenth quicker than what Adam did. So let's keep an eye on this. Through Piratella. Takes a very wide approach then to there. Down into Aquaminarale. Hello, Novitec. There's a 15-4. See if Red Dragon could get anywhere near that. He's done a 15.1.
On par with the Mercedes. Takes too much curb there.
Might compromise his exit on the curb because that is a very aggressive curb this game.
Absolutely.
Might be able to make it up into these very tricky corners. You'd expect this to be plenty to like. So it's easy, two left-handers. There's so much time you can gain on the exit here because the curbs and the gravel are just waiting to suck you in. As he goes P10, and to be honest, there's a lot of time in that final sector.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit too cautious. I think that bump when he got onto the chicane must have upset his confidence somewhat. So you got the sense when he was going through the Ravazza, he was just taking it so easy with the car. So let's see who else is on a timed lap. I believe Alice Bin 08 is on a timed lap in his Alpine.
I'll find it. There he is. Yes, he is. I believe. Songo's on a lap as well, so keep an eye on that. Alice Bin is not. He's down in the first sector. Let's go back on board with Songo because I saw he was on a lap.
Yeah. Actually, I think Alice may have completed a lap. I beg your pardon.
Oh, yes, he has. He's gone P4. Doy. Yeah.
Yep.
His perfect symmetry's been scarpered with now.
So,
Sun God needs that lap to go fourth fastest. And
just 1,000th of a second.
Oh, wow. And the skies are now grey. No, I can't remember how the words of that song go. But it is... it's Def Ad songs way before my time. But it is definitely... I wouldn't be surprised if it's wet in Q3 at this rate. Chelsea are mincing the curbs there. And the Villeneuve chicane, I think that is, disqualified from session for facing the wrong way.
And Yankee Bill goes up to the top with a 15.2. That was a lovely third sector from the Aston Martin. Actually, why was JJS disqualified for going the wrong way? I think that's probably the AI doing FIA things.
Maybe. I think he was backwards and waiting for people to go past him and it disqualified him. That can happen in these Codemaster games.
Yeah.
As Taz makes it into the safe zone.
Goes
only
9th.
P9 though.
2 minutes to go in qualifying.
Behind.
We've got Chelsea who's nearly a 10th.
Will count.
Yeah, Chelsea's nearly a 10th down on his best, so interesting to see whether she can make up the time here. It looks very comfortable throughout the Ravazzas. Alessa's retired from the session, and Chelsea does go up to 9th with that, so brilliant last sector. But look how close it is from 5th all the way down to 9th. Barely 2/10 covering it.
That's nuts. That's insane. But if I was Chaz in Chelsea, and Johnny B as well, actually, who I don't think he's coming out of the pits at the moment, I would be worried because Steely's starting a lap now. Marlborough Sled is also on a lap, and these two are front runners at the moment. Marlborough Sled is currently leading the championship, or will be, but when Felix is taken out of the equation later on in the season.
I think Taz has potentially compromised himself by going that little bit early. He's coming up to the final sector now, but he's not going to have the best tyre life or the amount of earth left to really improve on his run. So if anyone's going to drop out, I would say it's going to be in that Alfa Romeo. But as you said, Marlborough Sled is also on a timed lap now, and he's 2/10 up crucially on his best. So he's on target now for potentially probably 6th or 7th place. Providing he can get a comfortable run in through the final sector. On the number 19
Sox has gone up to P10.
Sox has gone up to P10, you're right. So Marlborough Sled really up against it here, but he looks it very tidy across the Ravazza. Across the line he goes, and it's good enough for 8th place, exactly the same time as the Mercedes of Adam BMP.
Wow. You don't see that often. People matching each other. Steely goes up to P7.
Who else is still on the timer? Obviously, crucially, Socks is up by a 10th.
No
Taz
battery
is in the
though,
pits,
so it's
he's
just
out.
Taz is in the pits. Chelsea is starting a lap, and I think it's starting to rain.
It is starting to rain, yeah, you can see it briefly just on the screens. And crucially for Socks, it has not come out at the best time. He's got a 10th up in his pocket, but as it stands right now, it's just enough to get through. Will those tiny little bit of drops of rain compromise him as he comes up to the Ravazza? Into the first one he goes. Very steady, but he doesn't have the ERS left, crucially, to power it across the line. Comes up to the McLaren, and what is going to be left for the rest of his qualifying? And he is in 8th place with that, and I think he's just about safe. Marlborough Sled is currently the driver at risk. Chelsea is down on his time by at least a 10th, and that's going to be very, very crucial. She's invalidated, though, so I think Marlborough
It's
Sled...
down to Red Dragon now.
It is down to Red Dragon in the Haas. Here he comes up in the second sector. But he's 6/10 down. That's it.
Whoa. Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
Nah, the McLaren's safe.
And Johnny B has missed out by basically nothing. Wow.
That is pain.
The top 10 are separated by half a second. That's crazy.
Exactly the same time between MVP and Marlborough Sled. Just mad.
Imagine if Chelsea or Red Dragon did improve and knocked Marlborough Sled out. He would have not been knocked out by actually nothing. Like, if he did that lap 2 minutes earlier or 3 minutes earlier, he'd be through. Because he would have done it before Adam did. That's insane.
Interestingly enough, as we said earlier, we are looking at potentially a wet Q3 where the men are separated from the boys and the traction demons make you feel like you're playing F122 again.
Oh no. Not that one. Oh no.
I mean...
Why is there a McLaren going around? Oh, that's... Never mind. That sucks. Sucks as AI. Just waiting for Chelsea to get wheeled in. There we go.
There we go.
Anders Bin says, I didn't expect to get into Q3. Well, there you go. Safe into Q3 as well, P6. So who have we lost this session? We've lost Johnny B, Chelsea, Taz, Red Dragon, and for disqualification of the game being silly, JJ. F122 was a great game, says 1010.
Says the no assist champion.
Says the no assist champion. Says the one who won 5 races in a row. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I think what will be a...
Go on. I was reading
I was just looking at the chat and probably thinking to myself, imagine like it would be great to see like all the kind of typical comments you get during this game. Like, I'm done with this game. I hate this track or whatnot, because just the frustration's always there. But you got to stay between the general comments and the kind of game specific comments. I think that would be quite a fun sort of thing to find out.
That's soggy.
That is very, very soggy indeed. Is that full wets?
No, it's not full wets. It's going to be inters. Alpha Mate is looking at full wets, but I'd imagine he's just flicking through. Yeah, there you go. He's gone back to inters. Ah, 1010 said it. That's not ideal. It is not ideal, 1010.
Of course, your absolute catchphrase at the moment. That's I'll put the 25p in the jar every time I say it.
Well, I said it. Just call it San Marino. Off the sulk for a quarter of an hour. Oh, Chelsea's not happy.
Nah.
And when you miss out by... Chelsea didn't even miss out by that much either.
No.
Just really close to it.
No, she didn't. But that's the nature of this type of track. When it's a very short track, you only need about like a 1:10 to 1:20. The relative difference, like if you're a 10th off on one of these tracks compared to a 10th off at say Belgium, the difference is immense, isn't it?
And I feel the difference is the changes they made to this game with the handling, with the steering on controller, and the differences between that and a wheel have closed it all up, because I genuinely don't think there are any tracks with a wheel or pad advantage anymore, with the way how similar they feel or how much better the pad now feels. There's no distinct advantages anywhere. So I think that has helped close the pack up massively.
That's really, really good to see. I think if it's good for things like league racing, you've got that balance right, then you're not going to feel sort of confident or not so confident based on what you use anymore. But to have it a lot more equal, it means you don't have to chuck out 250 quid or whatever on the rig setup just to be good at a particular track. But anyway, Alpha Matty's first one. I think, why don't you take him through his first quali run?
It's the first soggy run of the week. As always, 82. It happens to rain. We don't know why, it just does. As he comes down to cross the line to start the lap, no DRS anymore. As he comes down into... Oh god, where's my track map? Oh god. He goes down into Tamburello chicane. I still can't remember all the corner names. Oh, he clobbers the curb a little bit into the first bit of Tamburello. He comes around now, a bit of a wobble on the exit. As he comes now to the Variante Villeneuve chicane, as it says on the track map. My handy dandy guys. What is the first sector split? 26-3. As he comes round Tozer, the most tricky traction area on the whole track. He seems to have got through very well up to the most painful corner of the track, Piratella. If you touch the grass on the entry, you are buggered. Oh, a bit of a slide on the way out. As he falls down to Aqua Minerale. Has to blend on the brakes smoothly. He turns it a bit too early. But he should have got away with it, I reckon, at the moment. 55-2 for the middle sector split. Oh, he's a bit wide of the first part of the chicane. On the exit now, a bit of a wobble on the curb. And we don't know if the track's going to improve at the end of the session or get better. So this could be the race for pole position now. So we need to keep an eye on this. As he comes down into the final two corners. Gets a clean run. Stays well within track limits. What's the first time going to be? 23.299. We've got Alispin next. 23.8. Quite a way off. 24.1 for Steely. So the times are dropping quite a bit here. What's Novitec going to do?
Novitec invalidate on the last bit.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
Literally, that green piece of tarmac just before the start, that is where he invalidated.
He hugged it a bit too tight, and now he's invalidated this and next lap. Some would say that is not ideal. That is the definition of not ideal. Oh dear. Sun God has also invalidated. Yankee Bill's also invalidated. Oh Jesus, we've got a few of them.
We're not in Austria, guys. Come on.
We're not there yet. We're collective tracking invalidations like Pokemon. We'll get them all, aren't we? We're going to catch them all. Sox is keeping within the white lines at the moment, he says. Touch wood for his sake. And he has. Comes up to the line. What's this going to be? 24.5. So that first lap of Alpha Matty looks incredibly strong at the moment. 6 tenths clear of everyone else.
Well, Yankee Bill's also invalidated. We were at the 23.5. This has got to be one of those instances where whether you think it's going to get wetter or not, you've got to be out there, full of fuel of car, and just go out there and just find whatever grip you can. You break the tyres in, you may lose a little bit of life, but the confidence to be able to drive in the wet was probably a little bit more pivotal than tyre life, because confidence makes the difference here, especially in wet conditions.
Indeed. And TD, I think, has got insider knowledge. Track is going to dry up. It's going to get drier. So the times will only improve from here on out. So that's good to know. I presume he's in a party with Sun God. Speaking of which, let's see what Sun God's been cooking up. What's he quietly been doing? He's not using his battery, so he's doing a warm-up lap. Let's go back on board with Yankee. Since he invalidated his first run. What's he got? 57.3. That's not particularly quick.
Marlborough Sled, I think, just up 55 point. I think it was a 55.5 that he's just done. He's coming across the final sector now, so approaching it quite gingerly, but sensibly enough. He's got to floor it straight to here in his McLaren. This is looking quite good for Marlborough Sled. Comes across the line, and he goes second with that time.
Very close. Yankee Bill's coming to the pits. Deflated Dominance Maybell fans following. So, yes! In the Discord, if you don't know, if you haven't seen, the 81 championship... I'll say this briefly. 81 championship leader George Plasters dropping down to reserve. So me and Josh were just talking about that, going, oh, that's a bit tricky, isn't it? But anyway, that's 81. This is 82. Let's go on board with... oh, no, let's not do that. Vortex had a bit of a stinky lap. But no one else is currently pushing. Sungold's invalidated again.
It's not going well
done.
for the 81 streamer, is it? Oh, and LS
No.
Bain has completely lost the rear end in his Alpine. Not looking good there, and he's just botched his attempt at the lap there. He'll have to clean the tyres up in his Alpine. Sungold running the number 26 on his car, belonging to the torpedo himself, Danny Kvyat. Which is... Oh, what a legend that man was.
It's not ironic to the way Sungold drives in. He's very clean at the moment. I'll say at the moment, just in general. He's a clean driver.
He is very clean.
TD dominance incoming from Monaco. I doubt that, I'll be honest.
Well, if TD was dominating, I don't think anyone would be watching.
No one would believe that. No one. I would not believe that for a second.
No.
Alpha Matty is looking good. It is at the moment, but I've just noticed, looking at the pit lane, it's quite raining. So, is it...
Slick weather.
Will anyone gamble for slicks? This is interesting. I was looking at the track and like, okay, it might dry out. Is it going to dry up to the point where you think about the slick crossover?
But the question is, how long do you leave it before you go out? Because as we're seeing there, it's still a little bit greasy, the track. Is it really going to clear out that much in 2 minutes? Because you need probably another warm-up lap to get some heat into the tyres, especially on a green surface.
What I've noticed on this game, the crossover, you can still get away with slicks on a damp-ish track. Not this damp, but when it's a bit further progressed on the drying process than this. Normally you have to wait till there's no puddles or anything. On this game you can still see a little bit of spray and get away with it. And Marlboro said it's 7/10 up. It's drying very quickly. It might be a second on Alpha Mate at the moment, going to the 22s.
If it were you, how long would you leave it before deciding to go on slicks? I would give it at least before probably about another 30 seconds from the timer now. It's just to see what the rest... I think
says coming in. He's thinking for slicks.
He's absolutely thinking for slicks, you're right.
Red Dragons have left the session, that's not ideal. Hopefully
he's got to wait behind his teammate. This is going to cost him.
Oh, no. He should be okay because it's a shortish lap. He should be able to get wheeled in and come back out again. He's got about a minute, a little over a minute. That should be safe. He is compromising the two McLarens though.
Salty Stevens crucially out on intermediates. And a lot of the drivers now, as you suggested, are starting to think about slicks.
DRS hasn't been enabled yet, but what is he's coming in.
Yeah.
They're all thinking for slicks now.
But he's going to go very late into this one. I think it's going to be touch and go whether he actually makes the cross-off point. This is going to be a very intense session, isn't it?
I don't think Salty Stevens is going to get out in time. And there you go. DRS has now been enabled, so it's going to be a one-lap shootout. Where have I seen this before this season? Oh yeah, 81. Oh, that was painful. That was painful, that one.
Oh.
Not like that one at all. Who's in the lead of this train? Is Alpha Matty going to do a TD? It was in a Mercedes as well. Oh, that's ironic. Oh, God. TD was in a Mercedes that race, and it was... Anyway.
Well, if it was anything like Mercedes communication in real-life F1 races, then it's probably not the best thing to do. Because in real-life F1, like, watching Hamilton and Russell trip over each other, communication's been shocking.
It has not been good, has it? So it seems to have called it quits.
Yeah.
He's going to be P8 at best, I would say. If people could invalidate, Novatec and Yankee have got it all to do at the moment.
Marlboro
they don't have a delta.
It's going to be touch and go whether Marlboro Sled can get over the finish line. He's coming up to Villeneuve chicane now. Might just make it.
Oh, actually...
And the Alpine is spun.
I don't think he's going to make it. That is crucial for Alasbin. I think it's going to be close between these back cars. whether they make it.
Yellow's currently in Sector 1. People taking it so easy, but they've got to get moving with 30 seconds round. If you haven't completed Sector 2 by now, you'd struggle to get in. Let's see how the track has improved with Alpha Matty's first run. I'll take you through his run here. You keep an eye on the other guys on the track.
I'll say who's missed the flag, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll just see what we're in for in terms of tumbling sector times. A little bit greasy, but you're right, it has dried up. It is dried up so quickly. And let's see the time difference between these cars in the first sector. Oh, and Barbara Sled, LS Bin, Adam, Steely, and Songod all out. And Alpha Matty is just second up on his best. So it's down to 1, 2, 3, 4 people now to be able to see if they can get pole position. Alpha Matty is the first one round on dries. Into Agua Minerale he goes. Turned a little bit early there with that right-hander. Coming up now into Charles Leclerc chicane.
Oh no, he's done better than Leclerc did. He's still facing the right way.
About 2 seconds up on his best. The next McLaren is Sox, who's 2.8 seconds up. So currently Sox is up on Alpha Matty by 0.5 of a second. The Mercedes is looking to improve. He'll get as high as P4, but it won't be enough for pole position. The benchmark is a 19.4. The McLaren is next to come across the line.
See what he can do. He needs to find more of an improvement than Alpha Matty did to get him on the front of the pole position. He goes to a 20.2.
Oh, he's out.
That's not too bad. Novatech. What's Novatech going to do?
No.
He's gone quick in. And I think that's pole. It is pole.
It is pole.
Novatech's
Well
taken
done,
pole.
Novatech. He needed that. He definitely needed that pole position because looking at the stats, he hasn't had the best season, which is a shame because I know how good he is. But there we have it. A Dutchman in a Red Bull on pole. Who the hell saw that coming?
Oh, where have I seen this script? Oh, heavens. In the Dutch Red Bull in pole. Oh, in 2023. Oh, I've seen this one before many times. But that was a very messy end of Q3 for the bottom 6 in this session. They were all tripping over each other. I was watching Marmos and Sungod towards the line. They were they were side by side coming up to the line. They were never going to get good laps in at that point.
It was like watching. Do you remember that Monza qualifying session in 2019 where all the drivers were trying to steal a toe off of each other, but it was actually the opposite because they were trying to get over the line all on cold tyres.
Yeah, it was just messy. That's the second time we've seen that in IRL this season.
Very messy.
I don't think I've seen that before. It's very messy.
Absolutely.
Just monstered it. Just watch the 81 Miami qualifying. It's the same thing.
Oh, we're looking at a dry race right now. 2 seconds.
Yes, it's supposedly going to be dry, but potentially rain at the end. But judging the way this game works, I don't know. TD, stop having a poke at Novatech. Leave him alone. So, in the 5-minute break, where's mid-championship standings? I had a look earlier and I've forgotten them. Where have they gone? There we are. So, with the exclusion of Felix, he'll still be leading the championship for the next 3 races, which is nuts. Shows how dominant he was this season at the moment. So, the actual championship leader that will progress at the moment is Marlboro Sled with 64 points. Then, following that up is Sungod with 57 points. Only 7 points separate them. And they had it was those two having the drag race towards the line, and they both missed it. So hopefully there's no beef between those two. Iron Spice, who doesn't qualify, is somehow in third. He's had very good races this season. He doesn't qualify and just makes his way through the field, avoids the carnage, and he's currently running third out of those 3. Steely is only 1 point behind. And where's Novatech at the moment? The pole sitter. He's currently in 11th. So realistically 10th. So he really needs this good result to kickstart his season, as it were. Have you seen where I stand in the standings? I was just looking at that. I did that without even looking at chat. I am actually psychic.
Now, ironically, that is ideal.
That was ideal. It's very that's what happened for me much this season. There's not many ideal things have happened at the moment, but hey ho.
Well,
Steely has a
not
nosebleed
for
being
the
this high
Williams.
up.
That was disqualified in Q2 because EA.
EA, yeah. It's always a great achievement getting pole. Yes, it is, Padge. Spark has had a few poles last season.
Mm-hmm.
You did. Oh, but I was going to say this during qualifying, but while you were fixing technical issues, I think it was Chelsea was saying, "Oh, it's something to do with the front wing." But that still stands. The front wing Spark still stands.
So basically, the spark tax on this race is that how many front wings can these guys potentially ruin? It is a
How have
hard
Alfa
track.
Romeo financially recovered from last season?
Alfa
I
Romeo,
think they have because Fitz and Taz are quite clean.
and thankfully, we haven't gone over the cost cap either.
No one's done that. You survived last time. The shortened calendar, I think, might have helped you with that one.
Yeah, but then again,
Anyone got a spare front.
I did win 3 races that season, so
And you could have won a lot more.
I could have won a lot more, but I was beating myself. So
He was finding walls and depositing front wings. He's going to start growing them. That will grow one there.
just have like a farm of front wings.
Sparks' farm. He's just like growing one there, and he's growing another one there.
Sparks' farm, and then the spin-off series, the graveyards of front wings, when they're all just like done.
He didn't water me. He didn't fix me.
And if it's desperate times have to be had, we have the cost cap. My hands were tied.
My hands were tied, and we couldn't fix them anymore.
Yeah.
Snacks has put the spark command. Lovely.
Very good.
I should probably pay attention. I should probably pay 32. So we've got 2 minutes to wait. While these decide their strategies and whatnot. I hope I don't have bad luck like the last 2 races. Yes, Adderspin's not had the cleanest of races. He's showed pace, but the races haven't been clean. I think that summarises 82 at the moment. Lots of people have lots of potential, but they just can't get it all hooked up.
Unless you're Felix, obviously, but he's not in 82
Oh, he's
anymore.
not 80. He's not 82 anymore. That's fine. That's an 81 problem over there. 82. We have drivers that are meant to be in this tier. It's this more. Where am I going with this? See, I had a train of thought and I've just lost it.
That's not ideal.
It's not. No, it's not. I hope I don't get taken out in turn 1. Yeah, lap 1 around this track is a bit of a sticky one because the first few corners in Tamburello are just
too narrow,
single file basically. Yeah, they work in the race, but they don't. It's really fiddly. So we'll wait 1 minute, and then we have 32 laps of a DRS train or carnage. There's no other 2 ways about it. Who won this race last season? I believe it was Johnny B. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who won this last season? See if they can replicate that. That's season 5. I don't want that one. Season 4.
You make me wish I was available last week for Miami because that was one of the races I won last season.
That's Imola. It was Johnny B, followed by Hawks, who isn't racing at the moment, and Yankee Bill. So 2 of the 3 drivers on the podium last season are racing.
Oh, here we go.
Don't get the countdown anymore. Lights out and away we go. Novatech and Alphamati have just left everyone else for dead off the line. Alphamati could have cut the dead, tuck into the slipstream. No, he's not. Tries to go around the outside. Oh, there's carnage!
McLaren's round.
McLaren went straight on, and another one's gone backwards.
That's Marlborough Sled,
no.
unfortunately, dropped to the back. And as you said, getting very, very hairy in the first corner, as it really has to be single file. Just as you said.
The Alfa Romeo's got a bit close together in the back there, but apart from turn 1, which was terrifying, seems like everyone else has got away scot-free. Let's get the position change for tyres. And what is going on there with the tyres? We've got some on medium, some on
Alpine
hard,
goes
some on
wide.
softs. Whoa, Alpine. Hello. Oh God, there's many things happening.
Yeah.
Johnny B and Chelsea side by
Songard
side. They're tripping over a bit.
did very well not to hit each other there.
Songard and Steely are swapping places as well. Songard's had a good start, up to 10th to 6th.
Taz is up against JJS coming up to the Ravazza. The Williams holds on now for 11th position, but that Alfa Romeo is going to have a brilliant drive coming up to Tamburello. As Novatek leads, he's only got 4/10 between himself and Alfa Matti in the Mercedes. The two absolutely rocketing away from the two Aston Martins behind. That's the thing, it's mainly down to Yankee Bill starting on the hard compound tyre. He'll have the advantage later on in the race. However, it's the front two, a Red Bull and a Mercedes, funny enough, launching away from the rest of the field.
Oh, Nelly. There's something I'm just noticing. Yankees on hards, Salty Stevens on mediums, Adams on softs. The fastest tyre is at the back of the queue. So, that is going to be a... I don't want to on that one. That is going to be an interesting dynamic. I want to see how that one unfolds. And Sun God is flying. He's onto the back of this lot already.
Very good. The Aston Martin goes wide. Oh, and the Mercedes is going to be all over him now. I think he's had to relinquish the position there just to make sure that he wasn't gaining an advantage. Takes the curve very aggressively. But as you said, Sun God right on the back of these guys now. On a hard tyre, he's having a very good start so far, hasn't he?
Yeah, considering it's a harder compound, there's not much grip to start with. He's made up good ground. And he's always good in the race pace. In the race pace front, he's up there. Alfa Matti to set the fastest lap. Is he going to go have a move?
He is going for a move. Down the inside he goes. And the Mercedes has taken the lead already without the benefit of DRS. And Alfa Matti now takes the lead from only Novatek and the Red Bull. It looks like that Mercedes is set up very, very well for the straight lines, which, as we alluded to previously, you need to be able to overtake around this track because it's very much single file for a lot of it.
And the question is now, what's the dynamic going to be between these two? Are they going to work together, DRS off each other, or are they going to fight it? At the moment, I reckon they should DRS off each other, use each other, because they've got a big gap to Yankee, who's only going to be dropping back on the harder tyres. So, if they're smart about this, they could make this work out for both of them and get good positions.
A Red Bull and a Mercedes working together? I mean, what parallel universe are we living in?
Oh, it says fluffy bears and sweets and everything.
Yeah, it's a world where Nicholas Latifi could be world champion.
Oh, that would be an interesting way. They don't spray champagne, they just eat Nutella on the podium. It'd be lovely.
Eat Nutella, and then he goes to rule the S&P 500.
Yeah. He goes to study wherever he is now. Think back to racing. Adams nearly in the back of Yankees. Got DRS.
He has got
just outside of it. Sun God has DRS though. What's he going to do? Is he going to send it around the outside or going to dive to the inside? He does neither. He's too far back.
Very sensible there from Sun God.
The long race. We've got Alpine and McLaren swapping places, I think. Yes. No, it was a... Oh! That was weird.
Oh, what happened? Is that the McLaren Marlboro sled?
And the virtual safety car is out.
And Fitz has been given a 5-second penalty for that collision with the Williams.
I was watching that. That was very weird. I think what happened, Marlboro said and JJ went a bit deep in with a little bit of contact. And Fitz kind of played a bit of bowling, I think, because he's not got any front wing anymore.
Well, it's an Alfa Romeo that doesn't have a front wing, and it's not me.
Oh, klaxon! We need it! we need a klaxon! Oh, no. Where's the thing? Oh, no. Right, this is where we're all chilling out now. See if anyone is going to risk it with a Delta. It's easy to get drive-throughs on this game. I feel like the Delta on this game is even worse than before.
Yeah.
Everyone's behaved themselves. That's good for everyone's sake.
I think that's a solid restart there from Alfa Matti. He's built an extra 3/10, which means it covers off the threat of DRS. It means he can save whatever he can. Yankee Bill is currently under pressure from Adam, with Salty Stevens and Sun God dropping a little bit back there, even with DRS. So, fairly even Stevens as Sox goes ahead of the second Ferrari of Johnny B. The McLaren up to 9th, right behind the Alpine of Chelsea.
Funny thing was, because the way people were behaving behind the VSC. No one got DRS. They were all too far away from the car in front, and they didn't get the detection point. So everyone was kind of safe on that virtual safety car restart. They're swapping changes somewhere. Red Dragon's got a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
First
Not
one.
surprised at all. Not surprised at all.
No.
You get them loads here.
Especially, it's that big left-hander just after you come off the toes of hairpin. Yellow's in sector 2. I believe that is the...
That is Taz.
Yep.
With a damaged front wing. This is a curse at this point.
I am
what you've done.
I am
I was saying,
I am so sorry. Good to see my influence hasn't left the team.
They remember me. They love you.
Yep.
And there could be a double overtake here. One Mercedes getting overtaken, the other one doing overtaking. There's Novatech. Lines up Alpha Matty. There's no contest. Blitz is past. There's Adam. No, he's way too far back. One who's not too far back is Sun God. Blitz is past Stevens, who goes up into 5th.
Brilliant drive so far from the Ferrari of Sungod, who, as I said, started on the hard tyre, so you get the feeling that it's slowly going to start coming back to him. But what he didn't take that Villeneuve chicane very well. He's gone wide and he's dropped down to 6th place. So all that work he's done overtaking the Alfa Romeo, he's got to do it again.
It's easy to get caught out on that in that chicane. You just turn in a slight bit late, you start four-wheel drifting, and the whole car's offline. And it's not surprising to see what he did.
No.
I imagine he's thinking the faster he gets this race done, the quicker he goes on Minecraft. I imagine that's what he's thinking. He's on the Minecraft phase at the moment.
Oh, jeez. See, my girlfriend's got me into Animal Crossing, of all things, which, since I'm looking for a house, it's kind of an apps that I've been given that kind of game.
Just play Sims. You're going to build your house.
It's like Sims, but just with animals.
Animals. How have we gotten onto Animal Crossing?
Oh, Adam VP goes very, very wide there, and that's going to be a very easy overtake for the Aston Martin of Salty Stevens. Could he fall to Song God as well? Doesn't look like the Mercedes is... Yeah, the Ferrari's too far back, but
Alpha Matty's made a move on Novatech.
He has, you're right.
And crucially, they are working together slightly, but Yankee is catching. He's now within the 1 second window of Novatech. That's impressive.
I think he's just very quietly doing his own thing, to be honest, because what you got to remember is that I think those two are getting so focused of staying within each other's gaps that they're making little mistakes, just like going over. It looks like Yankee's just driving a clean race and just making the most of his hard tyres. Easier he takes it now, the more it will come to him later. And as of right now, he's just about to get into the DRS.
He's hovering around the window. I think Novatech has realised how close he is. Just trying to switch it on, but there's a Mercedes barn door right in front of him. And he's not going to do it. Yankee's going to be within the DRS. Right on board with Novatech. He's glued to the back of that Mercedes at the moment. He's going to get a slightly better exit, I would say. And he's going to go for it with DRS. And I was... Ooh. Alphabet is fighting this. They're going to go side by side. Alispin with a 3 second time penalty. Novatech down the inside. They're tripping over each other. And Yankee's now right on the back of them. He's going to go past him. No, he's not. He had a look, though. He had a very good look at the back of that Mercedes.
Oh, he's gone wide. He's lost it. And straight away, the AlphaTauri into the Aston Martin now back into second position. Alpha Matty had a horrible exit there through the middle of Villeneuve chicane there. And now Novatech, crucially, he's got to use those medium tyres to pull off enough an advantage. But we all know how quick Yankee Bill can be. And he's even catching up, coming up to Agua Minerale as well. This Aston Martin is doing a brilliant job. It looks like the hard tyres, the tyre to be on.
That Alpha Matty mistake, it could be costly for the front two before. Because Yankee Bill has the better strategy. He started up... DRS chicken. He's let him go. Novatech has let Yankee go. What the hell? I wasn't expecting that.
That probably
backed off.
That probably answers why they're just letting each other go through. It is literally DRS chicken, you're right. But with 6/10 ahead, he's got a lot of... I think he's set up very well to overtake here, but The Aston Martin is going to stay in the lead coming into the start of lap 9. Yankee Bill looks like he's in the prime seat, however, to take the win, and it doesn't quite look like it's going to rain us all there. I don't know what other people have said on the chat, but with dry weather, as long as it stays like this, the Aston Martin is absolutely in the pound seat to win this Grand Prix, as the Mercedes all over the back now of only Novatech, who is driving a very, very brilliant race right now to bag what could be a podium finish, but with Salty Stevens behind, it all could very well change. He needs to bag a good result. He doesn't need to go for the win. Just get yourself a podium or a nice points finish and get that confidence back.
And while we were watching that craziness unfold, Johnny B has somehow snuck his way up to 6th. Chelsea's got up to 7th and Adams dropped back. He's now down to 8th. I have no idea how this happened.
He's cooked his soft tyres, I think.
Steely's dropped back as well. Steely's now 10th. Must have been a mistake in there somewhere. And that Adams is right on the back of Steely.
The top 9 are very, very close.
They really are.
Lovely to see.
Johnny B, I don't know how Johnny B just snuck his way out there. That's mad.
The Red Bull coming up to the Aston. Here he comes. Oh, and he backs out.
Saving fuel, saving battery. He's doing something. Doing a bit of both. If there's rain at the end of the race, I don't know why Novatech did that. Yeah, it's interesting. Novatech will do quirk. Oh, we've got yellow in sector 1. That is Chelsea, I think. It is Chelsea. In the middle of the chicane on the first corners, there was a backwards French Alpine.
Actually
not
got
ideal.
damage.
No damage. Was able to stop the car before it went into the wall.
Oh no!
But,
Chelsea's hit the Mercedes. He's hit the Aston.
The back of a Red Bull.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
That is not very good at all.
No.
Steely was. Oh dear.
That has brought out the safety car.
It has. That's a godsend for those on the softs. They will need to pit. They'll be done by now.
Those on the...
Oh no. Sorry for the Red Dragon.
I have to say, I was just very, very clumsy there from Chelsea. She should have been a little bit more aware of what was in front of her. And obviously, she was trying to make up, obviously, for that mistake. However, you've got to be careful. You can't carry that much overspeed. As both only Novatech and Alpha Matty both box, I think they've got to. They've got to get that.
Sungod's also boxing.
Johnny B gets a 5-second penalty.
Early. And it's a double stack for the Ferrari as well.
Classic Ferrari. Classic
Ferrari, everybody! Yay! I think that safety car has screwed Yankee. He did a very good first stint, got up to the lead. And now Marlboro Sled didn't pit as well. That's interesting. I'm surprised that Marlboro Sled pitted. I'm surprised Sungod pitted. Or Marlboro Sled didn't pit, I should say.
That is played right into Novatech's hands.
I think what happened with the Chelsea Steely crash, I think Steely went a bit wide and Chelsea got a better run and just they caught each other out and he just got rear-ended Steely.
But to be fair, I think at that point it's not really much Steely could have potentially done there. At the end of the day, he was here.
No. Steely did nothing wrong there.
Yeah. But Yankee Bill, who I said a few laps ago was in the pound seat to win, is now... He's got it all to do. He's still got to make his mandatory stop, whereas the Red Bull and the Mercedes up in front, and Sungod's gone to the medium tyre.
That's what I was surprised he stopped. Because is the medium going to do 18 laps, 19 laps when the safety car comes in? No, it's not.
Not with the amount of fuel that they've got.
If it's this to the end, green flags to the end after this, no, they won't make it to the end. So...
I think probably...
Eh?
Oh, and Adam's got a penalty.
There's a... Alpine of Chelsea glitched.
That's a Williams round of JJSG. The tyre's a little bit cooked there. He just needs to settle back down. He's got nothing to lose at this point, so he might as well box and do a 2-stop.
Rain in 10 to 15 minutes, apparently. says TD. I'm just looking at this Alpine. It's mesmerising. Can you see this?
Yeah, I'm
Spectate Chelsea.
seeing this. I'm seeing this.
It's dry humping the ground. Oh, disqualified. There we go. Well done, game. Very well good. Very well good.
EA doing EA things. I think.
EA did. And Chelsea's joined back as well.
I mean, it's like I never left.
So it's basically what they've done. F1 22. Scribbled the 2 out. Write 3 with biro. Or felt tip pen, just 3. They just changed the handling model a bit. Job done. Yeah, Chelsea, the game screwed you over there.
Yeah.
Why is the... What the hell? Chelsea's car has been disqualified. It's still driving round.
Well, at least it's ghosted.
It's done the whole middle sector.
Ah.
It's just going to keep driving round.
And
I think it's fucking up. No?
the ghost is trying to get out of the way, which is like... What is this game, man? This game.
I've never seen this glitch on any of the F1 games. I've not seen the ghost car just drive round. I'm curious to see what this is going to do now. Is it going to pull over? We're going to the pits, or is it going to keep driving round? I think it's going round again.
I think Fitz is also glitched as well.
Oh no, it's going to the pits. Fitz? No, Fitz isn't glitched, he's just a lap down.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Something to do with the missing front wing and stuff, I think. And also pitted as well. Pitted a few times.
What do you think about one more lap and the safety car will be in?
I would think so. I think that's when JJ is going to get onto the back of the pack. Oh my god. You'll never guess what I've just seen on... I've seen an Alpine, which should be disqualified, drive out of the pit lane.
Oh, no, surely not.
I'm not joking. I can't spectate it, but there is an Alpine driving about. Oh, wow. EA, everybody. I'm just Nigel Mansell. Wait, there. Well, they got that's a good joke. I don't get that one. I imagine it was safe to come in now.
Fun fact about Nigel Mansell: did you know that he won his championship with a broken foot?
Yes, he did. I've seen that interview. He did do that.
There's that big documentary that he did as part of his history. I think it's on Sky Sports F1. But I think we've got a bit more important things to talk about because, as you suspected, the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap, and Yankee Bill is a man under pressure. He's got all to do. At least he'll have the back marker to sort of hold up the pack, and as well as the McLaren of Marlborough Sled, to build as much time as he can to make that extra... Oh, what is going on here?
We're parking up, everybody. That was very weird.
That is very weird indeed.
I think Fitz overtook Yankee and the game just had a bit of a moment. It was like, no, you need to go past. But that has meant Yankee's got a massive head start.
And Marlborough Sled's boxed.
Marlborough Sled has done a Ferrari and just boxed at the worst time possible.
Speeding in the pit lane.
And for Matt, he's going to have a look at his main rival this race, Novatec. Can't do anything around the outside. Novatec's made a bit of a mess of it.
Oh, it looks like the Mercedes could be right alongside. He keeps going right around the outside. Into the Villeneuve chicane he goes, but the Red Bull, I think, has got that line covered. Is there an opportunity potentially into Tosa? No, there isn't. This man behind Sun God has obviously got that medium tyre, which is going to struggle to do the rest of the distance. However, how did he play this one? He's got to think more about tyre life, surely. He can't really gamble on another safety car.
I think it's a safe bet to presume there will be another safety car. The question, if he's thinking he's going to push and expect rain and there to be a switch to intermediates, I think that's wishful thinking. I don't think he's going to get to inters.
No, I think you're right.
Because it's still really bright weather conditions at the moment.
Mm. And
So, I would imagine he's going to go for it.
But as you can see on the top of your screen, the advantage of Yankee Bill is being ebbed away by Novatech with 10 lap younger tyres, and it is making all the difference, as you can see on your timing screens. And very surely, he's just slowly bringing up the rest of the pack with him. It's just a case of how late does Yankee Bill decide to leave it. But theoretically, the later you leave it, the more the field will bunch up. But it's just a case of whether another safety car comes out. Sun God taking it very carefully, has to be said. Oh, but the Mercedes go around to the inside of Toza and almost touches there. Oh, that is so close.
Contact.
A little bit of contact there, but very well defended there from the Red Bull.
Bit of wheel banging coming out of the exit of Toza, but it was all within the rule book, I'd say. Just a little bit of rubbing. Rubbing's racing and such. And these three are reeling in the Aston Martin of Yankee, who's on 10 lap older tyres. And there is an annoying little ghosted Alpha in the field of battle, in the field of play. Hopefully that's not going to be too distracting for everyone.
It'll be handy when you've got DRS, but as of now, it's just a distraction throughout all of these tight corners. Thankfully, DRS hasn't been enabled yet. However, only Novatech is within Yankee Bill's DRS anyway. So expect an overtake.
And Fitz is eliminating himself, that's good. He's getting out of the way.
DRS has been enabled, and look at Sun God now. Come around to the outside, potentially of the Mercedes. He hasn't quite got it.
I think he's got a bit too much drag for that in that Ferrari to get past the Merc. Meanwhile, they've all closed in on Yankee, and we've got a massive train going from all the way down to 11th. Everyone's within about a second of each other. Alpha Mati's had a great run out of Toza. Is he gonna? No, I think.
No, he's backed out very sensibly.
Either Novatech use battery or he's a fast thing on the straights. I can't quite decide. Probably a bit of both.
I think it was probably battery, especially if you're given that kind of exit.
Now he's all over the back of the Aston. Imagine it's going to be easy pickings for everyone in this train, and Yankee's kind of screwed.
Oh yeah,
he's going to cover the inside. Better of it.
Red Bull just needs to be patient, which is exactly what he's doing. And yeah, as you said, Yankee Bill is a sitting duck at the moment. He comes into the pits to box.
That safety car's really screwed him over.
Exactly. But the Red Bull under pressure at the start of the straight. Unfortunately, he's got just enough room to cover him off. So now only Novatech becomes the leader now, and he's not going to have the luxury of DRS next time around. Alpha Mati's still in the pound seat, and these guys obviously going to the end can't risk obviously contact with each other as the Alpine goes wide in the background of Alice Bin, with a Ferrari around the outside trying to overtake him. And look at that, Johnny B putting up a lovely move against the Alpine on Ferrari's home soil as well. Not that it'll matter to him. But Ferrari there, lovely bit of overtaking coming out of Toza.
He's got the pace, Johnny B. He just needs to make his way through the field and get... Well, firstly, he needs to get a clean qualifying. And then he needs to just... If that doesn't happen, he just needs to get through the field. That's what he's trying to do. Alice Bin's with a big send into the... What a move from Alice Bin!
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
That was on the edge, but fair, I'd say. That was very good. Very good dive bomb.
Brilliant bit of opportunist driving.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a good battle between those two.
Absolutely.
Novatech is gapped a little bit. I'm suspecting that Red Bull's got lower wings than those around him. Because I think he's not closing by much. Sox has got himself up into P4. Oh, Stevens run a bit wide. That's going to give High Spice an opportunity. After qualifying at the back, he's up into P6. This is just what he does. This is what he does. He just qualifies at the back and he just spawns in the top 6, top 5.
Do you reckon Sergio Perez is his favourite driver?
Must be. It's just terrible qualifying and he just appears in the point. Oh, that's what I meant to be actually, Dad. Anyway, let's look at the positions gained, actually. Let's have a look. He's gained 11 places, biggest winner, and the biggest loser is Yankee Bill. After that terrible timing for him with the safety car, him deciding not to box. Alice Bin and Johnny B are back at it for round 2.
Time penalty for Sun
God.
God.
Penalty. Oh, and Alice Bin and oh god, who's that? Fire Spice as well.
Oh, Johnny B's got a brilliant traction out of the Leclerc chicane, and he's made his way back past the Alpine, and now on to the back of the AlphaTauri. These two are putting up a lovely little show for us, aren't they? As we look back to the... Sorry.
You don't normally get battling around this track, but those two have done a good one.
And speaking of battling, the Mercedes goes down to the inside, and Alpha Matty is back in the lead, with Sun God not too far behind the Red Bull as well. It's all to play for.
Had a big snap.
That is a huge
well
snap.
Held. Very well held. How he kept that in barriers, that was impressive. Yankee's now flying with the fresh mediums.
I saw Stevens has gone off.
Oh, Aston Martin, it's all gone horribly wrong.
It's gone rather Pete Tong, hasn't it?
Pete Tong. It's gone terribly for the Aston Martins. They're running in the top 4 at one point, and now they're not even. They're scoring 1 point at the moment.
Oh, that was a horrible Agua Minerale there for Sun God.
Just saw that. I presume that means he's not running ABS. To answer 10-10's question from qualifying.
He isn't running ABS, and I have to say, the fact that he's hanging on well into second place on this first race without ABS, he is doing a very, very good job in that Ferrari, but I think he's going to be quite hard fought to stand the defence against Alpha Matty, who will have DRS on him coming up into the Tamburello. With 5/10 back, he's in range to make an overtake, as Taz gets a time penalty now for track limit breaches. And all this seems to be the tradition. Mercedes has got a lot of traction. Goes round to the outside, and what a move from Alpha Matty to overtake Sun God there. Lovely stuff.
Unfortunately, I missed that on stream because Higher Spice has come into the pits, which I wasn't expecting. So that means he's doing a 2-stop. That's interesting. He was confident those mediums weren't going to get to the end, but he stopped again. And Sun God's mediums, I would imagine, are feeling a bit naff. Because with that slide, a couple of laps ago I was going to say he's top 3, running away with it. But now, there is a papaya behind him. Socks, who's slowly been reading these top 3 in. And it's a kind of realistic top 4 teams in real life. Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari and McLaren. We see Aston Martin up there and it's, oh, there we go. Top 5 teams in real life will be the top 5 in this race. That's not what I meant by the Aston Martin. Salty Stevens has got a track limits penalty. That's not ideal.
He said it. He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing.
The thing has been said. What's Sun God going to do? Is he going to mince his battery? Is he going to go for it? Oh, he's a rocket ship. Here he comes. Choo choo. He goes round the outside. Oh, it's Alpha Matty with a big send. Wow.
Oh,
I don't think Sun will be too. I don't think he'll be too pleased about that. But that was very late breaking from Alpha Matty that held on to second place.
Hard defence there. Hard defence there from the Mercedes. But if Max Verstappen could do it, I guess the rest of the field can as well.
Yes, you know. Let's have a look at penalties. Hold on, mate. Where's penalties? 3 seconds for Alpha Matty, Sun God. Johnny B's got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit. Alan Spin's got 6 seconds of penalties. Adam, Taz and Stevens have got 3. Marlborough said has got 5 seconds for speeding. Heinz Spice has got 3. And Red Dragon's got 6. A few people haven't got penalties yet, so we've gone from having a few races where no one got penalties to races where everyone gets a penalty. And Sun God's really struggling now. His tyres are done.
Yeah, his tyres are done, and obviously at that point, that's where the lack of ABS, obviously, if you're not used to it, that'll really start. And Soggs has got a penalty just as you say that, Deflated. Sun God.
No. Anything, I was just reassuring it. Here comes the McLaren. He goes up into P3. But I was just reassuring that most people will probably end up with a penalty. Now we've just got 3.
That's a bad exit, though. Sun God's round the outside.
And oh, we've got a Ferrari double team in the McLaren as Johnny B just appeared. He just appears in this top 5 somehow. He was nowhere earlier on, I swear, but here he is. We're going to try and have a look at the McLaren? No. But it's Ferrari strategy. They're on the mediums. They're going to be dead. Those mediums are going to be screwed.
You're missing the obvious, mate. Ferrari strategy.
Ferrari strategy, yeah.
But then again, and Son got a bad exit there out of Agua Minerale. Then again, I think he started on the hards. Did he start on the hards?
Son got started on hards. That's why I was surprised he pitted. But looking at where Yankee Bill is, it probably was the right decision.
Yeah. Actually, no. I kind of take that back. It wasn't quite a Ferrari strategy.
It was the right decision to pit, but I just think he got unlucky with the timing of it.
Yeah.
Because the only one... Oh, hello. We've got a drag race between... Jesus, Johnny B. How fast are you in a straight line? Blitz past the McLaren.
What hacks are these?
Jesus. They both had DRS and Johnny B just went, you know what? In 2019, that was a good year. Bye. And he was just gone.
Oh, yeah, that was the year the Ferrari had the illegal power unit, didn't they?
The wink, not legal, but, you know, well, doesn't matter anyway. Power unit.
The not at all suspicious, entirely within the regulations, an unreally, stupidly powerful engine.
Rocket ship engine, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Sun God has dropped back massively from the top 2. He was on the back of them 3 or 4 laps ago. He dropped 3 seconds.
Clouds are starting to come over as well. If you look on the screen. Oh, and Johnny B goes wide. That's going to give position back to Socks. It's going to give Sungod a bit of a breather, though.
Yeah, Johnny B... The Ferraris aren't helping each other. They're on the older tyres. And they're making mistakes. I think Sungod's cooked his tyres early on. And Johnny B has a slightly better pace at the moment, but he's made a mistake. And he's going to get gobbled up by the McLaren of Socks. As JJ gets a penalty. Now it's just 2 cars who don't have track limits penalties or penalties in this race. Socks now up to P4 again. And slowly I'm noticing Alispin and Adam, again on the hard tyres, are catching the Ferraris.
The top 2 are right back to within a second of each other. But obviously Novatek has got the advantage of not just being in the lead, but he's also got the advantage of not having any penalties as well. Touch wood, obviously, for him, that it doesn't happen. But
he's being touched.
Yep. Actually, no, that sounds horrid. That sounds horrid. No context to IRL.
You've made that horrid.
You made that horrid. Anyway.
No. Anyway, Alpha Matty's closing. You know what? That's a sound bug. But it's got very grey. It might go into inters if it rains for the next few laps. It might be a case of intermediates. It depends how hard it rains. But it's getting cloudy. I've noticed a bit more fog lingering about. Here comes the Mercedes. Is it going to be like the old Mercedes where it's just a rocket ship? Yes, it is. Gone to the inside. They swap positions again. And while that's happening, Johnny B has got past Socks and now there's an Alpine behind that Plymobil. Nothing's happening there.
They've made those tyres work very well, given that they're mediums, and then you put them on at, like, I think it was, what, like lap 10 or 11 when the safety car came out?
Yeah, safety car came out at lap 10, and that's when they pitted for them. It's raining. I just spotted a drop of rain.
You're right, it is raining.
So it will be inters. There's no way it's going to be light rain and stay on slicks for 7 laps.
And that could be the saving grace for both of the Ferraris, but they're going to have to double stack.
They will, yeah. This is the... Oh, Sungod's gone off. Oh, Jesus, it's raining quite heavily, actually. So I imagine it will be...
Intermediates very quickly.
2 laps, maybe, before inters are ready? I don't know, let's see. Go back to the front. Is Novatek going to press the overtake button, going to blitz it? JJ's got another penalty. He's 6 tenths behind his Novatech, and I don't think... No, he's not. Adam is in. He was a man of good strategy last week, I remember. When it came to pitting for wets and inters, and he's gone on to the inters. And Yankee's also in, so smart those sleds. They're gambling early for the intermediates.
Well, Yankee's got to.
Yankee has to try and get back to where he was. Personally, I'd say that's a lap too early.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's only just started raining, but equally with this game, what I've noticed, it can... You say, obviously, in last time out, it could dry up very quickly, but equally, it could dampen, I think, just as quickly as well. But it is raining pretty hard, as you see on the cameras there. And the two leaders here, throwing another spanner in the works, and what has been a brilliant battle between them, it's got to be said.
The rain is settling on the track already.
They'll be in it.
They'll be in
this lap. They'll be in this lap. Sure of it.
More people will be... Yeah, I think you can tell now the grips just disappeared.
Yeah.
So I imagine they're going to dive in. No, they're not. We know nothing. We are silly delinquents.
That's it for our washed opinions.
Our opinions are nothing.
Yeah.
Sun God is in. Socks is in. Alistair's in. This is interesting now. Taz has stayed out. Johnny B stayed out. I'm not surprised Johnny B stayed out. He's not going to double stack. But they've called it to perfection, those who've just come in.
I think you're right. I think
you can see the water's starting to settle now.
Yeah, the two leaders are going to be compromised here, especially the Mercedes. If you saw just how treacherous it was just getting out of Tozer there. And we all know that's not exactly a traction-friendly corner. JJ gets another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I think that these two leaders are going to be in trouble.
I'm noticing, let's pay attention to the gap between Sun God and High on Spice. It's hovering around 7.5 seconds. Let's see if that comes down a bit as the lap progresses. But these two are now starting to crawl in comparison to the times they were doing before.
DRS is disabled.
Disabled.
Yeah, that gap between High on Spice and Sun God is coming down. These two have got to get in now.
Half a second now. It's going to be close between Alphamati and Novatech. No, Novatech and Sun God. Because Novatech's in-lap has been terrible compared to Novatech. Novatech, Alphamati. Names.
But crucially for Alphamati, if he gets 3 seconds, that's all he needs on the Red Bull. And Sun God gets another time penalty. He did not need that at all.
Now the top two have already been serviced, but the pit lane of this track is massive. It's at least 30 seconds. So, Sun God might be quite close.
No, he's nowhere near.
No, he's not as close as I thought he'd be. They're in and out, and you can just see Sun God appear in frame now. But Taz might have done a worldie here. He's up to P7. He was out of the points, I swear. He's up to P7 now.
He was. I think he had damage earlier on in the race. So you're right. He has pulled in an absolute worldie of a strategy here. And Alphamati already 2.7 seconds ahead of only Novatech. I think the Mercedes could win this.
I think this helps support the low wind theory for Novatech. He was very quick in the dry, but in the wet he's struggling, it looks like. He's dropping time everywhere.
Yeah.
Sun God is slowly catching him as well. That's it, Novatech's out of 3 seconds.
Wow.
That's crazy. Oh, Sun God's gone deep. He's gone across the chicane. And a 5-second penalty corner damage. That will probably be removed. Because he made a mistake and that's a silly corner penalty. He will get that one removed.
Yeah.
One Mercedes is flying. The other one of Adam, who I said in Miami made a very good strategy call from the inters to wets and the dries, all that kind of stuff. He's done another one. Seems to be very good in these conditions. See if he can close up to Alistair. 3 laps to go. What are the penalties saying? Sun God's realistically got 6. He hasn't got 11. One of those will get removed. Alistair's got 6. Most people have got 3 as well, and I'm not going to ride on board anymore because that audio glitch is terrible. Novatech's responded a little bit. He's closed 2 tenths. Well, I imagine he's going to lose it in the middle sector where it's more medium to low speed corners. SunGod has also dropped back massively. Let's watch Alispin try and get onto the podium. He's in a net podium at the moment, even without SunGod's 5 seconds being removed. With it, sorry. I think
They both more or less got 6 seconds, so obviously bearing in mind SunGod's penalty would be removed. It's obviously got Adam to worry about. I think Adam is the one who's really in the shot for 3rd place here.
it looks like it because he's on a lap older intermediates, so in theory he should be a little bit slower. He's not really dropping back at all. With only 3 laps to go, it's looking quite good, and so you can see Novatech, he lost a second in the final 2 seconds of that lap. Salty Stevens picks up another penalty. It's not gone well for the Astons in the race. They had a very good qualifying and a good opening stint, but it's gone downhill for them. It's unfortunate for them.
Well, yeah, Yankee, unfortunately, at the time of the safety car, absolutely killed this race, and then the rain's coming along, and that just killed any advantage he had on the medium tyre. So whatever happens now, he is stuck down in that 9th place, and he's got that penalty as well. I can't see him moving up unless somebody in front of him makes an absolutely crucial mistake.
Yeah, it's all just gone downhill as soon as the safety car came out for him, which really, he doesn't deserve P9. He had a very good opening 10 laps.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So now, we're in the situation. This track was a DRS train, kind of processional. Really, it's the only one place to overtake. Now it's in the wet. Is it going to improve or is it going to go down? I imagine going to go down, but let's see if Alispin can prove me wrong. Ooh,
But Taz is going round to the outside of the McLaren. He cuts the chicane. Got a time penalty there for track bridges there, but watching on board with him, I think that might potentially be removed because you can tell he was trying to avoid an accident there.
Yeah. It's incidents like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they do get removed. Only 2 drivers have kept it clean so far. Novatech and Johnny B. Now I imagine Johnny B will move up quite a few places after this, if he keeps it clean for the next 2 laps. Alpha Mattia, however, is flying in comparison to Novatech.
Crucially, SunGod is 2.7 ahead of Adam, so if things go well, SunGod could still scrape a podium depending on whether that 5 seconds gets removed. TD's asking for penalties.
I can put those up for you. There you are. Let that linger on screen for a bit. Welcome back to 82. More time pens than I have brain cells, says Killian. Fair. Is it harsh to agree? Novatech with a penalty.
Oh, that's a shame, but...
And then there was one. Johnny B's the lone survivor, the Lone Ranger.
Oh, and Sock has made a crucial mistake. Taz is fighting against the Ferrari of Johnny. Are they all going to avoid each other? Yes, they are. A little bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Alpha. Thankfully, no penalties for the Ferrari.
SunGod should be able to get 8 removed. Interesting. 8 seconds removed. That's interesting. Oh, we'll see. See if he can lawyer himself out of that one. See if he's been watching Suits or something. He can lawyer his way out of that debacle. Anyway.
Yeah, get himself a Harvey Specter.
He's such a good character. I haven't watched the show properly. I'll see it on Instagram, but anyway. I'll just see the clips. It's like, yeah, he's cool.
Harvey's brilliant. Harvey's brilliant.
If you come on to the last lap, Alpha May had a bit of a scruffy Villeneuve chicane, but he's still 4.5 seconds clear. And since the rain started falling, he's been in a class of his own, really. Just drove away from everyone else.
Absolutely, and just as you were saying, the downforce theory on Andy Novatech has certainly proven right. Given he's dropped 3 seconds since the rain come out, those two have given us a brilliant battle across this whole race. However, I think it was the setup that really made the difference for the Mercedes today. He comes across Leclerc chicane into the Ravazza to take what's going to be a brilliant win for the Mercedes.
As he comes up to the final 2 corners. Just needs to bring it home now, no extra penalties. And he, just like that, is about to take his 2nd win of the season. Alfa Romeo wins as he, oh hello, as he spins across the line. Novatech comes though to get his best result of the season in 2nd. Sungod finishes P3 on the road. See if his penalties get removed as the Ferrari clouts the Mercedes. And it's big, oh god, penalties everywhere. Johnny B finishes on the podium. Wow. Just for keeping it clean, he finishes on the podium with all the penalties. This is by no means the final order.
Oh,
we'll
no.
say that now. This is going to be, I reckon, a long one with penalty removals and all of that jazz. Please tell me someone has dirt on Matty. Obviously wants to dig up some dirt on Alfa Matty. No, I think Alfa Matty's clear, mate. Anderson gets first points at his home race.
Lovely.
That is true. It's JJ. Oh dear. It's not been an ideal race for JJ. Respect to him to keep it to the end though as he slides coming back onto the track. I'm going to get my penalty removed. Oh, hello P3, says Johnny B. And that is just proof that if you keep it clean, you're really going to get a good result.
Mm-hmm.
He was running P7 and just shoots up to P3. But I'll say this again. That is not the final result in any stretch of the imagination.
There's going to be a lot of work. Who's the steward for 82?
I believe it's Joseph. I believe. Joseph and Ted. I could be wrong.
I would love for it to be TD again, just so I could watch him suffer with this.
Oh, TD didn't want to do that anymore.
Nah, bless him.
At the end of last season, he just passed it on to other people. It's like, that's your problem now.
Yeah.
Which is ironic, because to start the season, 82 was the cleanest tier, somehow.
How?
We were messy in no assists in 81. And these lot were keeping it clean with incidents. So, I need to make sure I get screenshots for people who don't have penalties. There we go. Your winner, who is certainly your winner. Alfa Matty takes his 2nd win of the season. Novatech gets his first podium with P2. Johnny B finishes P3 at the moment, but I don't think he'll be able to hold on to it if Sungod can get penalties removed. Adam P4, Sox P5, Alispin P6, Sungod provisionally P7, Taz P8 after losing front wing. Harlan Spice again after going from the back to get the points. Yankee Bill, unfortunately. Did I get the screenshot at the bottom? Yankee Bill, unfortunately, after leading early on, finishes P10, and that's not where he deserves at all. Marlboro Sled doesn't score points after having a Ferrari strategy call. Salty Stevens P12, JJ P13, and there were a few who didn't make it to the end, unfortunately. But for San Marino, or Imola, or whatever it's called, Emilia Romagna, whatever name it is this week, that is us done for this season. And I think it ended quite well. That was an enjoyable race. It's dark outside.
Better than the real life race, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a lot better than the real life race. There was rain.
Yeah.
We used the intermediate tyres. But it was dry.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't flooded. Oh dear. That was round 6. Join us next week for Monaco. And it's going to be special. It was announced in the Discord earlier today, before this race, but it's going to be nighttime again. So a night race at Monaco. And we are blessed by Goldilocks and Rids sponsoring the race again, because they are just legends. This is how it is. And it's going to be a prize. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head because I'm silly. But a prize for the person who sets the fastest lap in each race. Oh, Sungod hates his life. He's also corrected it to life, but nope, life. That's how Muppa stuck, so he hates his life. Okay. I would like to thank the amazing Spark for making us one race appearance. That was great. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, me
For
too,
our first
buddy.
stream together, that went quite smoothly after your technical difficulties for our first stream together.
Yeah, absolutely. I made the wise decision to only get it on PC, and it's just decided, to make my life a misery for the first 15 minutes. But lovely to be back on streaming again. I have to say it was a very fun one to commentate on, and who knows, maybe I'll make another one-off appearance soon.
I imagine you will at some point. Yeah, hello. Voice is gone. I imagine you will at some point
Hmm.
in the future, some point of this season. But we shall call it now. It has been a lovely race, and hopefully we'll see you lot next week for Tuesday No Assist, Thursday 81, and Sunday 82 at the usual times. Nothing left to say apart from have a good evening.
See you later, guys.